So, hi everyone, welcome to the channel. This channel is about empowering you on your twin flame journey, your inner divine feminine, your inner divine masculine. And the energy is very potent and strong today with the 1111 portal, it always is. There is a link to the 1111 portal from last year that is on the Ko-fi. That, to be honest, I'll watch it back. I might just publish that now for everyone. But if not, if there's any reason why they guide me to just keep it as it is, I'll put it below. So it'll either be published on the channel, you'll see it by now, or you can click the link below, and it's just a wee payment on it. Well, it's probably 1111 on it actually. I don't know, but it was yeah, they guided me to put it on the platform rather than on here. I can't remember. I don't know. I just remember it was an intense message. Right. So whereas ones like that will now go on the membership. So yeah, so that's what I might do. I might just put it on the membership, but I'm sure I'll just put it out to everyone because it's from last year. But the thing is, it's timeless, so it can resonate whenever. So for some, it would have been happening in real time last year, but for some masculines, that could be happening right now. So, and for some, it could have been longer ago or a while away off. So, anyway, this is the Mediumship Monday video. So, don't know how long I'm going to make it. It doesn't really matter if it is about an hour or something, but I just want to film it while I'm up and about, because like I said, in a Pisces, oh, my throat just went a bit funny there, in a Pisces moon anyway, regardless of whatever day it is, I would treat it as if it was my weekend, and I wouldn't be sort of conversing back and forwards with people, as I'm getting drawn to the card that says telepathic, because it is a very sensitive telepathic energy, and where it is in my chart, it's very much like that as well. So, and this is quite amazing because, right, so that's the one that came out, I think it was just yesterday. Well, wait a minute. Yeah, I think it was just yesterday. Because like I said, another one, I don't usually film the actual video on the Sunday. I usually film them like on the Friday before I, finish for the weekend. It's just every now and again I will film it on a Sunday if I hadn't got around it and if I've got energy, because if I don't channel out the energy and all the synchronicities that I'm bombarded with, because like I said, I've never met anybody in my life ever that gets bombarded with synchronicity like I do. So it's heightened for me on top of what already is. So it's pretty nuts. But yeah, I get ill. So like I said, I've never saw anybody else saying that, but I get ill if I don't channel out the energy. So I can really only sort of hold off a couple of days anyway. And so and it's important that you know that as well, that those of you that might not understand, because again, like, it's like when I say, anybody that's watching me do what I do, because I put out so much content, you'll be like, oh my god, how could somebody do all of that and keep it up? It's because my sun is in the house. My sun in Aries action is in the house of Virgo, which is about the everyday, your everyday ritual routine. So you know what I mean? It's like, actually, what would be not manageable for other people, it's actually, like, for me, that's what keeps me consistent and momentum and everything. So yeah, and like I said, that's why I have my weekend to myself, and it's why I've got my Monday all day to myself, and then I film the Mediumship Monday round about this sort of time on an afternoon or at night. And then occasionally when I've got more energy, I like to I can do the live streams on the Monday night, for the Mediumship Monday, because I genuinely really enjoy it, and it's when I'm feeling quite relaxed and I'm guided to, then I do it. But it's not like, it's not like an everyday. This is really annoying that that's going in and out, but I think something might be coming in and out of focus, and I feel they're making me talk about this because Pisces is lack of boundaries, you see. So it's really quite funny there that, like, I did something, just told me to reply to, it was two people I replied to, and it was really because, in my opinion, what I would say is because I clicked into it and I'd read it, I didn't definitely with one of them, I didn't want to leave that sort of sitting there until I just looked at 444 again, angels all around, and then, yeah, basically that was the case. But what it teaches me is don't do it, because you get sort of too pulled into it, and Pisces moon is lack of boundaries. So, but that's why I always say it's like I always teach what works and what doesn't work, and I'm great at teaching people boundaries because, like I said, 9 times out of 10 I stick to my boundaries, and that's why, because it's just oh my god, look, there's a real FEMA doing nothing here, because on the other one it's look, they're still sitting here. For the feminine, we've got replenish and recharge. And when I say the feminine, that could still be some masculines that are in that energy, because it's your feelings, remember. And awaken your dream, that was from yesterday. But yeah, I really do feel that. Oh my god, that's so crazy. I just watched this film on Prime, and that actually feels really in line with that. It was I was kind of like, what is this, man? Is it gonna be a load of shit? It kind of, I don't know. It was just, it was interesting, but the long and short of it was a bit like that, because it was like, you know, something going from being like a fantasy to like a reality. Um, Actually, it was really interesting. If it comes up in this, I will channel about it, but I think I'll probably just channel about that like in one of the videos later on in the week or something. But before I forget, but anyway, that's in line with that. Like, so there's a lot of energy coming in here about, I feel this is for the feminine, just like, don't do a whole lot. Because like I said, even, it's hard to explain this, but like, yeah, because now they're homing my eyes on a notice board in my room, and they're pulling me to the word rest in capital letters with all the Z's. So whether you're a feminine or not that feels there is like stuff going on in your connection, like, you know, because this is important to know, whether or not you are in contact in the physical, your twin flame or not, it doesn't really matter. Obviously, it's going to be more exciting for you, and I'd advise you to keep it to yourself. But it's about, you know, the energy. So, you know, you could be getting guided to like not do very much and rest, because it's your masculine really needs, you know, to mirror that, to slow down, because maybe they're like working too much or going to burn out or something. Or it could be because they're stepping into their sovereign king masculine self, you know, and you need to sort of step down a little bit. So you just, you know, tune in your own connection to see what the answer to that is. But like, I always pay attention to when it comes up too, because I was already like, I was like, oh, I'm going to see how I feel later. But then when those cards came out, I mean, that's exactly, I'm just like, nah, I don't really want to, because like, I'm going to, you know, it's Aries moon tomorrow, so I'll be like, fuck it, let's go doing all this stuff from tomorrow, because that's actually talking to that. That's why I was going to do the challenge. I was going to start it on the Tuesday tomorrow, but I'm not going to, because like I said, it's I feel I'm being guided to leave that until Sagittarius season, which, like I said, that's only a few weeks away. So yeah, let's manifest, hope there's a few more people on that level to do it. But if there isn't, I'll still do something fun for us. But like what I said, I think I'm still going to do, but I won't do that today. Tomorrow I'll film a few wee videos for like to do with shadow work and stuff on that level. So but anyway, let's stick with this just now. Because yeah, it's important to move with the signs. Like I said, I very much move with where the moon is, and when the moon's in Pisces, I don't like to do a whole lot, and I like to just be very psychic. Very psychic. That's because I looked at that. That's hilarious. Yes, I like to be very psychic. What I meant to say was, but that will be meaningful. I like to be very still and silent, and just, yeah, to myself on the Pisces moon in particular. But the thing is that's why I'm stressing about boundaries, is whatever your boundaries are, you know, it's good to stick to them, because you will be tested. Like, you know, you might, like in the case of what I've just spoke about, it was me that broke my own boundaries, because I don't open my emails and like reply to comments, because you get pulled into it, you know, and you forget what day it is. And it was kind of a bit like that when I got back from being at my friends on Saturday. I just kind of, yeah, I don't know. I think I replied to a few comments, and then before you know it, I was in my emails, and you know what I mean, it's easy to get sucked in. So, but that's what Pisces, like I said, Pisces moon is no boundaries. So be careful with that yourself. And if you do have problems with boundaries, book a session, because that's what I specialise in helping you with. Right, let's get a scripture. And you see, even the fact that when I admit, when I'm like, oh, right, yeah, no, I don't like that, because it just doesn't feel good to me. It just doesn't. Like today, I'm like, nah, don't want to comment to anyone, not replying to any emails. I can get back to that tomorrow. You know what I mean? That feels good to me. The joy of the Lord is your strength. And then 8:10. So 10 10th of October or the 8th of, 8th of October or the 10th of August could be significant, or the 16th of March. Commit to the Lord, whatever you do, and your plans will succeed. That's getting really annoying that that's going in and out of focus. But that's interesting because that's very in line with this card. That, again, it's not like when I pull a card for myself, it's not like I'm always going to share it with you, but when I get guided to, I will. So for anyone else that might be in this energy, I'm going to read that. But before I forget, I'm going to share about the Charmed, because I've just, I haven't watched the wee 11:11 video I just done, because I just done it. So I just kind of, I watched the first 5 minutes and then I just came and filmed this. But I noticed I started saying it and then I got distracted. You see, that is the energy is trying to stop me from saying what would be helpful to people. But before I forget, like I said, I don't watch Charmed. I just catch it every now and again, and I just stay watching. Like, I'll watch the bit that I meant to because I know it's a message, and it happened to be, it was somebody's ex was like being like, well, possessed by a demon, right? And it was like they were just acting unusual, and so I just knew instantly that's what they were saying to me was like 11:11, that well, I say it all the time, you know what I mean? Although that's like, meant to be all fantasy and mystical and not true and stuff, like, demons are real. That's why I say to people, be careful who, and discerning in these times, who you're tuning into and who you're listening to, because, some people are tapped into God and some people are tapped into beings, disguising themselves and they're demons. So you've got to be very careful. And like I said, especially people that are kind of, if you're not paying attention to your spiritual hygiene, right, and that can go for any of us, but if you're not paying attention to your spiritual hygiene and you're constantly doing things that to not take care of yourself, hanging around with the wrong type of people or getting involved in the wrong type of stuff that's going to really lower your energy, then you're just like a big open invite for like demons, basically, either to attach themselves to you, like hang around you in other people, they're actually in other people, or they can attach onto your energy, like latch onto you and be like energy vampires and stuff. So yeah, whatever that means to you, but it was just with the fact that once I turned that film off, that came on, it felt very meaningful. And also in that particular film that I was watching, it was all about like, um this couple that meet and they really fancy each other, but like, and then they just start casually hooking up, but it's like he's keeping her at arm's length because he's like been hurt in the past by like somebody let get close to him and then they ran off with somebody else. And so again, that could be significant to whatever this, you know what I mean, for either whether you're a man, woman, whatever you identify as. I feel like if the because it was kind of, when I was watching that, I was like, because they always talk to me in like divine feminine, divine masculine. At one point it was like he was that, and then at other points it was like she was that, because it was like she was, so that was his story. But yeah, it's like she was a masculine too, because she was actually not telling him her real name, and she was not telling him that she still lived with her ex, but he was away traveling or something. Like, she basically lied and said it was like her gay flatmate or something, because he saw like guy's shoes. And but this is the bit that I thought was really interesting, because we're in Scorpio season. He was like, yeah, I'm not going to repeat what they said, guys, because the film went from being a bit boring and I wasn't paying attention to being like, oh my god, that's a bit spicy for the for the afternoon. And I did wonder, if why is that an 18? It's not a horror or anything, but it's just it was the X-rated chat and the, not so much the sex scenes. It was more anyway, whatever. But I feel what it was really about there was something. It must be something to do with lying. Do you know what I mean? In that, it's really like quite innocent, really. Like, she's just well, I think I did quote. I wrote down bits from it in my phone, but I think I'll probably channel about it another time. But I'll just, from memory, she just kind of, when he finds out that she wasn't, that she'd said a fake name, and that, that basically that she was lying, he was just kind of like, how can I even trust you? Do you know what I mean? You're just like my ex, kind of thing. And so this all could be relevant, whether it's a girl lying a guy, or a guy lying a girl, or two girls lying a girl, same sex couples, blah blah blah, all that. It was just um you know what I mean? And but basically the point is that they've both been involved with people that were assholes. That's the point. Do you know what I mean? Like in most films, it's like they've both been hurt, but they're not going to hurt each other, but they're both being wary of each other, kind of thing. As I pick up the thing at union, so the union of divine soul counterparts are a miraculous event that begins when you least expect it. And that would very much be like in that wee film I just watched. Because yeah, it's they're both, you know what I mean? They're just basically they're both making out like it's casual, but they've fallen in love, so that could be significant too. Any of what I've said. Illusion, yeah, and then look what I just said. They both what they were in before, but they thought it was real, but it was fake. You know, avoid the trap of mistaking a fantasy for a true soul connection. So they're wary of each other. So this is clearly going to be like, I've caught that film for a reason, but it's like, you know, being too wary of the real person because of how you've been hurt before. Because yeah, in one point, at one point in it, is it her that says to him or him that says to her? Well, I don't know. But like one of them's like, I'm not your ex, you know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna do what they done, kind of thing. Forgiving and learning. Wow, that fits. Oh my god, yin yang. Yeah, see what I mean? So it's like, you know, it's almost like twin flames being like, I'm not gonna do what they done because I'm your twin flame. Like I'm not the fake one, kind of thing. I'm not the illusion. I'm the real thing. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moment. So, and again, this is the card where I always say the same thing, but it's like the guy's like, oh fucking hell, I can't believe I've done this. And he's like, look, it's all right. You know, it's okay. You know, let's let's talk about it and get over this. But yeah, like the yin yang symbol, twin flames contain an aspect of each other's character within themselves, which can mean that you're very different with some things, but in other things it can mean you're scarily similar. So, let your friends help you. Ask for and accept help from others. Now, right, there's two things in this. Oh shit, I think I do need to go and get the... I didn't think it was going to come in, the one I done today, but it is. I'm going to have to pause this because there is both in the films I watched yesterday and the one... I'm just trying... Have I watched one film or two films? No, I've just watched that. It's like... in the ones I watched yesterday and the one I watched today, there's a repetitive theme. Oh god, maybe I need to go and get those cards. Oh god, of like friends that are sabotaging, because in the one last night, oh yeah, that was last night. That was a good... What was that called? That was quite a good film. It was called Playing It Cool, actually. Right, so the film I watched last night, it was called Playing It Cool. And as you can imagine, it was a guy that was playing it cool, doesn't want to fall in love, and then he sees a girl that catches his eye, and then they get pally, and then it's the same thing, actually. That's so funny. The one I watched last night and the one I watched today are actually kind of similar. But, so that's... I know that they're guiding me to watch these because it's like a theme that's going to make sense of the collective energies, but... The long and short of it is, in the film last night too, they were like pushing each other away and all this. Well, more like she was pushing him away. It's more like she was the divine masculine, which is often the case with a lot of films I watch, because it always reminds me of No Strings Attached. You know, like she's definitely the masculine in that film, because she's like she's like, look, I'm a busy doctor, I've not got time for a relationship. But if you're free for sex, like, you know, at different times, at like, you know, at awkward times and blah blah blah, then, you know, let's get on. And he's the one that's like, but I love you and that. So it's like yeah, that's why it's like she's the masculine, and that's a great film if you've never seen that one. And then that reminds me of the song at the end of that film. It's like, and if you flash your heart, I won't deny it, I promise. I can't remember what it's called. Your walls are up to... I can't remember what it's called, but I'll put it below. Because it will be input. Like, a lot of you will know it because I've channeled about that film loads, but someone might need the words in it or something. But it's just basically about letting your guard down and letting somebody in, or like somebody saying, I'm not going to hurt you. Yeah, so I've already channeled that. God, this is a bit cheesy, guys, but this is Pisces Moon Romance for you. Play, yeah, just play. And again, like you'll notice, so that's what I'm saying. Like, I was going to play by coming and doing an 11/11 live stream if I felt up to it. And I was just like, no, I don't want to. And that's the thing in the New Earth energy. And that is the bonus of my job, is I don't do the things I don't want to do. Do you know what I mean? If I'm like, nah, that's not going to be fun for me, and actually, or, you know, your health is your wealth. If I'm like, nah, I'm tired of it, you know what I mean? I don't do it. And this is what I feel. Do what feels fun to you and playing. And like there's an openness here coming in and a balance. And yeah, this is for the twins, that your energy is balancing out. There's a playful energy coming in. You know, it's safe to be open with this person. Yeah, because they're awakening. That's magical either way. Like, I won't feel anymore because I'll ruin it, but it's like, so I feel either you are the masculine that's awakening in regards to your gender, or this is about your twin awakening, you know, and there's like a playful energy coming in, a balance. And so just, you know, pay attention to how you're feeling in yourself. Like I said, if you're kind of like nowhere near this coming about, then just pay attention to what's coming through anyway. But because of Mary Magdalene there as well, let's get another Mary Magdalene. But that's why that's why they got me to leave that there. It's like, you know, this is what I'll be doing when I send out the 1111 healing. I'll be sending out that healing, that galactic energy, the galactic codes to the star family. So to the soul family that feel, you know, connected and ready to 21 to receive those codes. So right. So, and time is an illusion, by the way. If you happen to find this and I've already done it, you'd still receive the energy. But I don't tend to say it too much because, you know, although I know that's true, I don't know. It would really depend on who it was. I was about to say I don't know if I would do it if it was she was on their foot, but yeah, I would if I knew that it was somebody genuine. I would. But yeah. So just in case you do happen to find this later and you want the. Because it's like when I've said before, see when people buy some of my bigger packages, the minute they actually send the money, they feel a shift in their energy. Like they feel this rush of like confirmation that was the right thing to do. It's like, look, I just picked that up at Moonlight. And so I really do feel that's talking about the full moon on Friday, the very electric full moon, super moon in Taurus. And then I opened the book up at Magic Prayers. Speak your prayers, listen for the answers, act in faith. Again, I feel that's about when you're getting led to be quiet at this time to listen to what guidance is coming in for you. I just showed that card and I put it back. What number was it? Not like something like 42 or something. Oh, there we go. So 49. So I've put it, but I think I shuffled it back in the deck. But this is, so again, I pulled this for myself, right? But just this, I'm just going to, for some reason they want me to read it, so it could just be for anybody that feels like they're in a similar place to myself. But actually it's quite, I'm not going to tell you what I asked, but it was quite amazing with what I asked. So lesson truly learned is crystallized as earned wisdom. You have all the need for the success you seek. Wisdom allows you to recognize traps on the road and familiar patterns that you want to avoid. It also enables you to quickly gather information about where you're going on your journey. It helps you recognise your allies and know how to find the best routes along the way. Now you're at a place where you know the right things to do and the best choices to make. You really can't commit a mistake. Whatever your inquiry, great fortune awaits you, for you have the wisdom to arrive at the right decision. You've learned your lessons and earned the right to your success. So again, that was for me. So that also means that would be for the yang to my yin, but also anybody else that anybody else that feels like that message is for you, you can take it as well. But I just really felt guided to read it there. Let's just shuffle these again, see if it comes out. Again, I'm just going to chuck out loads of messages. Mediumship Monday, so it'll just be whatever. Oh, wait a minute, let's shuffle. God, I can't believe it's that time again. We'll shuffle the bits of paper. What else does somebody need to know out there? Anyone? A message for somebody that really needs it. So yeah, if you do want to book a personal session, I'll be available for sessions. Like most weeks, I'm available for sessions Tuesday to Friday. And like I said, if I do happen to have had a very busy Tuesday, then the Wednesday I'll usually be guided to lay low. But you can just email to check, you know, just basically if you book a time that doesn't suit, I'll email to say can we change that anyway. But so it's 6.5 a dozen. You can either email to check first or just book it, and then if I don't email to say can we change it, then it means it's fine. There never seems to be any issues with that though, because everyone that books with me are people I know well anyway. So 29 coming to life. So Let's see what this says. Oh my god, I've never pulled that one yet. Encouragement. At first I thought it was like it's romantic, but it actually looks like a mother with a child, doesn't it? Like inner, I would say that's like inner child healing. 29. So something beautiful is being born into your life. When you look at your life, can you see how you've grown and evolved over time? Perhaps you've shed skins and identities and created new ones, or at the very least matured in your ideas about yourself and the world you inhabit. You know things take time, and Spirit's timetable is rarely in sync with your own. Yeah, as I say all the time, everything is timeless. Like, as in, I could film this today and it could make sense, like, to someone 6 months later, a year later, blah, blah, blah. But again, time does feel like it's sped up for a lot of people, and I feel things that were taking 2 years are now happening a lot quicker. This card indicates that a long-held dream is beginning to show signs of life. Wow, yeah, and that's totally in line with what I was saying about in that last film I just watched today. It was about the reality the fantasy becoming the reality. Because basically, like, he's like this really hot guy, and she's like hooking up with him, and then, but yeah, and then it just works out. So basically, whatever that means to you. So it could, yeah. You must try not to coax it along or shape it according to your desires. Spirit knows the best form of the manifestation of this dream, and your life can become even better than you could possibly imagine. Now is the time for reverence and awe. Allow the contours of your path to be carved by the hands of the divine. All you have to do is show up. What I'm getting from this is with me being guided to say that about that film, that's really the female. It's funny, like last night, the film I was watching, it was like from a guy's perspective of getting his dream girl. And then I've just only just realised as I'm filming this that the one I watched today is like a girl getting her dream come true with a guy. You know, like, oh, this is too good to be true. Like, you don't get like the hot guy that's also like genuine and in love with you and going to treat you right. And you know what I mean? And it's, yeah, that's really clever that they've done that. I just noticed. Right, okay, so let's see. So let's just, like I said, always, oh god, like I said about yesterday, same with today. Give me a break whenever I film anything on definitely if it's a weekend, because I don't usually film on a weekend, right? But definitely as well if it's a Monday or a Pisces moon, and today is a moon day, Pisces moon. But I feel also with me kind of struggling to get the words out and that always means something. It's like this could be how you or your person is feeling. So we're just going to check in on a wave of twin flames. So like I said, luck of the draw. Oh, wait a minute, before I do that though. Because I didn't, what do you want me to talk about? I might have already spoke about it. That's sometimes how it happens. And you can get an unlisted reading at any point, 2 different lengths, a wee short and sweet one, 15 minutes, 30 minute, right up to 90 minutes. And I weave all the light codes and healing and coaching into the video, as well as reading the cards, obviously, and sending the healing. They're always on the schedule for whoever needed to hear that. But the main thing is, if you need that distant healings, if you've not been sleeping right with the energies, or you've got some aches and pains, or going through a difficult time emotionally, then sign up for that 1111 healing, because I don't do it all the time, but if you do want to receive it more regularly, I do that once a month on the 3rd level up, the Integrity Warriors. 3rd level upwards, so if you're on the highest or the one below that. Children's healing, yeah. So we've already had stuff come in about the inner child, and then, wow, inner child on the back. You can't make this shit up. Right, okay, so we've already spoke a little bit about that, but because they've came out, I will... Are the inner child cards already through here? I didn't see them somewhere. Maybe I've... I think they're through there. Wait a minute. Right, before we go on to that, because of what I was saying, that like that there's got to be something in this, so I've had to grab lots of tea. In the one last night, I spotted it right away before it was probably other people would do. That's like that is my gift. I can see what's coming ahead of time in real life, and I can see what's coming ahead of time in the film, which can be annoying if I'm watching it with someone. But I've learned to keep it to myself though. But yeah, basically, I saw in the film last night that it was his girl best pal was in love with him. Because it wasn't really obvious. Like, it was just acting like she was really chilled and she was just like one of the guys. Because it was like how he's surrounded by guy pals and a girl. And I thought, I bet you and he's in love with her. She's in love with him. And it was that. So there could be that. That, like, you know, if somebody's trying to convince you not to be with someone, it's because they've got ulterior motives. And then in the one today, that's right. It was like, this is interesting. This, I know what they're saying to me here. So this is so specific. This isn't going to be for everyone, but for someone, you've had mirroring experiences where either it's happened at the same time, but it's more likely different times where you've had a friend that you thought was just a friend, but actually they've been in love with you, so they could have been putting you off your person. Because in the one today, it was like the exact same, but it was the girl. Like, it was the girl's guy pal admitted he was in love with her. And also he was really trying to put her off, the hot guy that she'd fallen in love with. So, see what I mean? Like, I don't even need to get the notes out of the phone, because there wasn't anything really particularly, like, outstanding. Like, sometimes there's like a really nice thing that somebody says and that really stands out, but it's more, I've got the gist of it from the two. Maybe the one last night actually that did have more significant quotes, but I can't be bothered. I'll talk about them again Friday week probably if it comes up. But is there anything you want to tell us? This is the deck that's got karmic friends in it. But just really that, again, we don't need cards to back it up. Just be wary of what people's motives might be, whoever you're getting advice from and stuff. But surely we know this by now. Haunted, memories, flashbacks, trauma, side effects, ego, hurt ego getting in the way of the relationship. Clout hungry, says anything, does anything, makes shut up, dramatic. There's definitely people that have been hanging around with others that would be putting it about, put it that way, with some of the other cards that have caught my eyes. But it's had to play out. And hooked, yes, I think that could be in line with what I was saying there, that I think this is where somebody's like caught somebody that's hooked, you know, like hooked onto their energy, siphoning your energy, that you're a male or a female, cock blocking. Yeah, oh my god, see what I mean? Because that is, and I'm sure it was either it was in the one today. The guy's like, there was 3 girls sitting, right, 3 separate friends, and he said to before him and this girl start hooking up, they were just pretending like they were friends, but there was a lot of chemistry. And she was like, what about one of them? And he was like, nah, because he was like, you know, there's always one friend that's cock blocking, the other one that's trying to secretly get with you behind the other one's back. So do you know what I mean? It was quite, that stood out as well. But yeah, I feel there's cock blocking friends here. So whether the cock blocking friends one or change the language to the other anatomy, but it's kind of like whether it's like, you know, because they want somebody for themselves or they just don't want this person to be happy. There's definitely a theme of that. Yeah, screenshot, getting evidence, proof, facts, in their head, overthinking, stressed, analysing, wolf in sheep's clothing. Yeah, I think that's just, again, whatever that's going to mean to somebody, it's like there's there's a few sensitive cards coming out. I'm just being guided not. So there's other things here about things that could be getting ugly with exes, and, you know, shared resources, or like soul contracts where children are involved and stuff like that. Jackpot, winning money, got rich, inheritance, unexpected money, reflecting, running. So I feel what they're saying with that, I was asking about the jackpot, whether it was literal, because this upcoming full moon's about money. But it's like, I feel like someone's been reflecting, they're like, I threw away the winning lottery ticket. Like, this person's been reflecting, and they're reflecting on why they ran. And it's very much like together with the film today and the one last night, the theme I'm getting from it is people that, if it seems like something's too good to be true, they're like, nah, this isn't real. Like, you don't get somebody that ticks all the boxes. Like, there's no way this is real, and you sabotage it. And again, like, men and women do that. So yeah, shine your light irritates their demons. So I feel that's got to do with, if you are like the feminine or the masculine at this point, because I feel I'm talking to twins that, like, you've really elevated, and like your energy as intimidating people, because I just saw scarcity tactics there that fell out. Yeah, unbothered. But you're just, you're being guided to be unbothered, because they're just drama starters. It's just people trying to like, yeah, fuck you up, see, rejected. So however that fits. That's as I'm talking. Yeah, look, people that steal your ideas, copy your work, duplicates, feeds off you is. I already said that, so that's really creepy. It's people that are feeding off your energy. So protect your energy at this time, especially the sacral chakra. And remember I was talking all about boundaries, because that can go for anything. Like, this feels like it's talking about, when you hang about the wrong people, but this is like, just protect your energy, move in silence, because not everybody wants to see, like, look, too busy winning, not everybody wants to see you win. Ain't shit. They might kind of make you feel like you're not anything to be, why would I be jealous of you? But secretly they're looking you up, researching you, studying you, getting info. Yeah, because this is because about these unions into you. I'm so into you, I can barely breathe. Good chemistry, great vibes. Look, cyberbully, you're being bullied online, or there's been suffered from it, but I also just feel like that's people that are stalking you. Yeah, moving on, thank you, next. So it can be like jealous exes, jealous anyone really. So karmic friends didn't come out, but I feel the wolf in sheep's clothing and all that is kind of, we get the gist. So I'll put that down there. Spiritual hater. I just felt guided to see what was on the top. Yeah, hates on your spirituality, light, magic, and power. Again, you really are going to irritate the demons. And isn't it? It's not weird, but it's funny that I was talking about charmed, grudge holder. I just keep, look, I keep turning over what's on. Look, we've got grudge holder, an offer. Oh, I don't like that together. So there could have been somebody that was holding a grudge from your past, was encouraging somebody to hold back an offer. Dirt digging, looking dirt on you, vice versa. Groupie, yeah. See what I mean? That's like in those films, because it is. It's like there's groups of friends, and it's like people that are meant to be there for you, want you back, but it's really one of the friends like wants you back. So it's like, say it's like if you hooked up with one of your friends, like, yeah, kissing ass, dust it off. Yeah, so I don't know. It's like I said, that'll make sense to whoever that's meant to be about. It just feels like somebody needed clarity there. Bad karma. Bad karma though. A lot, yeah, bad karma it's already come for people, or it will be coming for people that are trying to stop these powerful unions from taking place. Because it's not just about the love, it's about the frequency that you put out in your community to the people that need it. So, right. So it was just a lot about inner child healing, so I'll make sure I finish them before, I'll pull them at the end. What is it? Tell me where this feminine's at. The group of feminines. This can make sense to a whole group of feminines. Guilty, blameworthy, responsible, at fault. It's in reverse. So there's something that, like, if you're the feminine, you're being told to don't feel guilty about protecting your energy and doing what's right for you at this time. And again, they're getting me to say that because in Scorpio Sun, Pisces Moon, you could, things could pull at your heartstrings. Let's get another one there. Yeah, receptive. So that's what they're saying. This is exactly the same as, like, all the energy that keeps coming out, like divine feminine. Just be in your receptive state. Don't feel guilty about not being able to be there for others as much as you usually would at this time. Like, you're being guided to replenish and recharge and be open, accepting and welcoming to what is coming towards you, which for the people I'm tuning into, it's your twin. Now, again, like I said, these usually aren't real time. I mean, if they are, let me know, but they don't tend to be. They tend to manifest later on, but there is a lot of magic in the 1111 portal. Like I said, to be a catalyst, because last year it very much felt like the catalyst on that 1111 portal was to put a lot of masculines in a dark night of the soul, which some of them might be coming out of now. As I said that, you couldn't make this shit up. Angry came out, mad, furious, enraged, and then vulnerable in reverse, defenseless, unprotected, helpless. But I feel that's somebody's working through feelings of anger, right? But also, like, now more open to being vulnerable because they've been in a state of grief for a long time, sorrowful, heartbroken, bereaved. Can I just say as well, that's really interesting that word's come up, because just with more than one person. I've had people basically sharing that this is, a lot of basically stuck energy coming up to be released, which again, remember, that is what I help people release, being a womb healer, helping people release stuck energy in all the chakras, but particularly like, the sacral and the womb. And it's there's a lot of trauma being released to make way for these miracles. But also Pisces moon right now is grief. So sorrowful, heartbroken and bereaved. And look at these all came out together too. I feel a lot of these masculines have either in the past felt very powerless, paralysed, ineffective and weak. Like their hands were tied, quite literally in the picture. They felt trapped. I'm not kidding, these came out together. Imprisoned, cornered and stuck. And jealous, suspicious, possessive, envious. And again, the thing is, that was in reverse, right? But that is fascinating because I started saying it and I didn't really go into it. On the film today, that's, well, again, I'm not repeating what he said, but it's like, he's like, I get very jealous. No, what was it? I get overbearing and I don't know, something like basically jealous, right? Because of whatever his previous ex was like. And but then it just turns a little bit more to the bedroom. Do you know what I mean? But it's kind of like, so there could be something like that too. That it's like, if you are a masculine, you could be quite jealous. When it's somebody you really care about, like you kind of are really kind of like, who are they spending time with? Because especially because it's a silhouette. Especially because it's a silhouette of like a guy staring at like you know what I mean? It's this. I feel what they're saying is this: the masculines that are connected with this could be like, yeah, feeling quite powerless and trapped in whatever situations they're in, whether they're in something with someone else where they don't want to be, or just stuck in their head about not coming forward because they're dealing with their own stuff. It's kind of, that's getting a bit much, but it was in reverse. So it's like that could be somebody's worked through these feelings, but they all wanted to jump out. So take what resonates. I mean, it could be just that some of you really resonate with a lot of grief coming up, because I know that that's definitely a theme I've noticed with people that I've spoke to. Inspired, yeah, because I get some of you could be in this energy, moved, stimulated, and challenged. That's like a masculine getting inspired by their muse. And then we've got relieved and safe, reassured, soothed, at ease, secure, sheltered, and protected. So again, I feel that they're just sort of showing you some people are still working through these difficult feelings, and some people are inspired and ready to be respectful. Differential, courteous, admiring, and trust. They want this. This is definitely about masculines that want you to trust them. Like relying, interdependent, and certain. Like they're certain about wanting the feminine. They just want you to be certain about wanting them. That's definitely what I can feel is coming through there. So let's use these because we've might back up some of the stuff that's come through. What do the collective of masculines want to say to back that up? All I want to do is talk to you. Yeah, well, I would say that definitely does fit with what's come out. But now is not the right time. And actually, if you think about it, that does come up with it too. It's like, with the potent energy that's coming through here on this 1111 portal. Well, remember, they're not usually real time anyway, but it's just whenever you're watching this, like, it's like I'm tapping into a wave of these all this masculine wants to do is talk to you, but it's like you've got to trust that it's like this person will be given the green light when it's the right time, and they're pulling me at the Toblerone thing that says, I love you, and now I'm being drawn to be kind and open your eyes to the magic. So, and plan, fuck it, let's go, because I've got that on a thing. But it's like, so there's going to be a timeline jump either way this week, because the fact that I was almost going to run the challenge tomorrow tells me that. So whatever days I'm doing the live streams, it'll be, it will be, that'll come through. I see signs everywhere I go. I miss holding you, and my life has changed so much since meeting you. Yeah, you were a catalyst for this person's awakening, if you're the feminine. But I'm letting my doubts and my fears get the best of me. I know I hurt you, I never intended to. And then we've got, I'm not ready for commitment, but it's in reverse. I'm making a plan to come back to you. That's what I just saw with the other word. And I love you. Oh my God, I love you came out with the other. I've cried over you. I've got a tarot reading on you. So that could mean just when people catch this, or they could have actually went to someone. But again, like I'll say, be careful with that, because you've got people that could feed false information. I'm so tired of sabotaging this connection. I don't want this to be over with us. So very interesting. I'm taking responsibility for mistakes. Very interesting that I love you has come out in both videos I've done today from different decks. So I'm going to keep that one out for the thumbnail. Right. And we'll use this deck to see if any of the same cards come out. And then I think I'll just end it with the inner child ones. What have we got? What else? Oh my, are you kidding me? I'm in love with you and I love you. What the fuck? And I'm sorry, I just... What is this energy? Wow. I'm in love with you. I'm sorry I wasn't there and you needed me. I wanted to be, but I was afraid of letting you down. Oh my god, and then we've got... Are you kidding? Then we've got I'm afraid of commitment from this deck now, in reverse. So the theme that I'm picking up there is a wave of masculines that were non-committal in the past, whatever that means in your situation, are now very much about the commitment. I want to treat you the way you deserve. You're worth more than I let on. Let me message you. That one's got a whole other story on it, but I wasn't guided to read the rest of it. I'm inspired. I could write a book about my experiences with you and how you inspire me. Maybe one day I will. Oh my god, and the guy was writing a book. That's hilarious. And it just came out again. I'm inspired, and I also just saw I'm excited when I was shuffling there as well. I'm realising I know I blocked our union, and I know I'm really blocking myself, yeah. So that's, again, epiphany's coming through big time. Right, wow. Again, I'm just saying wow, because it's like I use these cards all the time, and the I love you one, it doesn't always come out all the time. So for two to come out from two different days, like that's pretty nuts. Like I feel the message like this person really knows how they feel. That's the vibe I'm getting. This person knows how they feel. I feel there's just a worry that like the feminines are not going to believe them. Probably to do with the lies, actually, because of what, yeah, Lucas said, look what's just, because of what I've channeled about these films as well. Know your worth. If something feels off, it usually is. And again, I feel that's, oh my god, these cards are jumping out. Are you fucking kidding me? And it would, look at the one that jumped out, guys. Look at that. We're doing it. We're breaking free from the matrix. There's fuckery going on around you. Be discerning. I mean, they're like the only two cards that I wrote like that, just so that you know that. That's crazy. It turns me on when I imagine us together. That's hilarious, because that's totally like what I was talking about in that film. You need a soul retrieval to feel more empowered. You're my biggest teacher and I'm grateful. So that's the wee messages that would come out from the feminine. I wish you could see yourself as I see you. Now that's interesting, because I wondered when that was going to come into it. That reminds me of in Bruce Almighty, when at the end of the film, like God, you know, it's Morgan Freeman is like asking him, what do you want to pray for? What do you want to wish for? What do you want to pray for? Oh, look, look, we're a power couple and I'm proud to be yours. He basically says, he's like, you know, I wish for her to be with somebody who sees her always as I see her now, you know, because he's basically admitting that I didn't see her as she deserved, because this, you know, because Grace in the film was like, and you know, she would be called Grace, but Grace was praying for Bruce, you know, the main character, like every night, like our prayers were always about him first. And the thing is, if you're truly on this journey as Divine Feminine, I bet you anything you really resonate with that, because I definitely know for me, before I really got in a flow of being in inner union, I would always do that, you know, like I would always be praying for him before I was even praying for myself. But now I'm in a very good flow of, I make sure I always pray for myself first and then I pray for him. But it's really, there is no, I don't feel the separation, because like I said, when you're in that energy, you don't, you know what I mean, you respect that you're two separate people with two separate lives, but I don't, other than that, I don't, you know what I mean, I feel very connected. I don't know why I picked these up, but these are the funny ones. we're not allowed to know. Oh, look, we're not allowed to know that your wish fulfillment is about to come true. Sorry, is that or is that not what I've channeled with these films? That's nuts. Yeah. Your dream come true, your wish come true, could be just around the corner, but you can't see it. You're not meant to. You're meant to be confused about it. Yeah, look, a King of Pentacles with his shit together is coming towards you. Somebody's coming out from the cold. This person feels so on the outside of your life. They hate it. I did hear hate. I don't like the word hate. But could be snowing where you are as well. Side note. Or something could happen when it's snowing. Justice. Karmic justice is coming about in this situation. The Sun. The happiest card in the deck. There's going to be happy unions, happy times. You could have had a past life in Glastonbury or something. I'm really getting the vibes of that. Yeah, this is basically the masculines, regardless of gender, that are wait a minute, that card was wanting to come in the shot. Write a letter to your inner child. So that wanted to jump in. But yeah, basically this is people. Look, that's what I just said. That like it was when I really got that and balanced my own inner energy, and you know that when you put yourself first, then your twin flame will start putting themselves first. Yeah, and then look, passionate new beginnings, Ace of Wands. Something can grow. Because again, like that's the very passionate in the other type of way, but in this particular Ace of Wands, it's a little tree growing out of a, you know, new beginnings. And then the hummingbirds are about living in the moment, could be significant. Chariot, yeah, things are moving fast. Fast travelling. If this person lives at a distance from you, we'll get ready, they're coming in. They've balanced their energy with the black and white horse, the yin yang. He's like, yeehaw. Yeah, look, I'm willing to cross rivers and climb mountains and, you know, metaphorically to get to you. I'm up for the challenge. She's got her bag with everything she needs, or change the she to a he, whatever it needs. They're not letting blocks get in the way. Yeah, wherever this, like, you know, wherever things were held back from coming to you before, things are speeding up and things are happening. Love it. Right. Do we want to... What do we want to do now? These? Wait a minute, because I mentioned Glastonbury. What do you want us to know from here? The Fire Fairy. Creative action, optimism. That's reminding me of... Well, the 30th of November could be significant, but also that, which would be Sagittarius season, but that's also reminding me of... it's the Aries moon tomorrow, so could be something about that. Yeah, burden. Someone's taking action towards a burden, so dropping the burdens to do with love. So I feel this could be something like, you know, somebody's just going to think, fuck it, like, you know, because the Aries moon is fuck it, let's go energy. That's why I was going to do the challenge, but like I said, there's other Aries moons. We can do that later when there's more momentum and more people to do it. I'll do something in place of it if you're on that level. But yeah, someone's going to take action against some kind of burden around love. And it feels like it's the burden of not sharing this love, the love and loyalty that they've got. Loyalty, sincerity, unconditional love. It's all got too much, yeah. Birth and rebirth. Something's been born again, even better than it was in the past, yeah. The butterfly. Because somebody's went through a transformation. Somebody's being... born into the butterfly, the lady in the lake, absolute truth, courage, self-respect and responsibility. We already saw that this person is taking responsibility for their mistakes, and then ooh, we've got disruption in 39. So all these things could be significant here, but that feels like a tower moment with that card, because that one doesn't come out too much. The shadow, oh god, look what was behind that. The Shadow Queen. Acquiring knowledge, insecurity, manipulation. 16, the tower. Oh my god, I'm saying that's like the tower. And then we've got the 16 that is the tower. What I'm seeing with that is because you can't see her face. This is like this feels very symbolic of whatever I was saying there about like karmic friends, karmic exes, karmic family members. Just somebody karmic that is manipulating somebody. And I feel manipulating them through like knowing what you, if you're the man, knowing what your insecurity is and really rubbing salt in the wound. And again, just be wary if this is some type of friend or anybody you've hooked up in the past. There's ulterior motives with the films that I've watched. The Ice Queen. Ideas preserved, non-action, entitlement, the mystery. Yeah. So, and then look at this. The Stag, that's masculine energy. Knowledge, healing, the Snake. Again, the snake to me is Scorpio energy that we're in right now, because I work with this medicine, you know, it's, yeah, very potent and good for healing and everything like that, and rebirth, all the stuff that's come out, but because of what I've said, that I'm feeling snake in the grass. And with the masculine, there's a snake in the grass for the masculine that's a mystery. An ice queen, a shadow queen, disrupting, so whatever that all means to you. And I think we're just going to, oh no, we're not, we're going to do the inner child card. Balance. Oh yeah, we've already heard balance. There needs to be a healthy balance of physical, emotional, spiritual intimacy for a relationship to be sustainable. Oh yeah, and that really fits in with the films. So, because, right, in both films, the females, they're both like, well, no, in the first one, actually, they do sleep with each other, and then it's like, but it's, you know, it's like, you can tell it's like more than sex, like they've connected and all that too. And then she's trying to make out it was just sex, but you just totally don't believe her. So it's like she's the masculine. But in the one today, it was like they are hooking up like friends with benefits. But I mean, it's made very clear that like that ain't friends with benefits. Do you know what I mean? You don't connect with your friends with benefits. If you're connecting with your friends with benefits like that, then, you know, you may as well just both go and get a therapist and actually fucking deal with your shit and get together, because it's like, you know what I mean? It was, yeah, they were a perfect match. Take a leap of faith. Only when you're willing to step out your comfort zone will you reap great rewards. What I'm getting from that, though, is it's like the balance. I feel this might be speaking to, if you did in the past connect with your person like casually like that, it's like now there's a healthy balance coming about of like the emotional, spiritual intimacy, you know, just basically connecting with everyday things and like sharing the parts of your life that you never shared with each other before and being real friends to one another. It really just depends on, you'll know for your situation, but that's what I feel that's about. And it's like, it's scary. That's what it's talking about, you know, it's out your comfort zone. It's almost like it's someone that's like got the gift of the gab and can pull, right? But has maybe never actually went and like totally put themselves on the line to tell somebody their feelings. I mean, because yeah, to be honest, because let's face it, anyone can say I love you, but like people can lie too and not mean it and just say it to keep people happy. But this feels like somebody that's like never really said it and meant it, because they never really knew what it was. Heart-to-heart conversations are necessary. It's safe for you to talk about your feelings. And like I said, in this particular combination, if you do happen to be watching this tonight, Scorpio Sun, Pisces Moon, if it does feel like the right time to have a conversation, it's very good for that, because it's about feelings. It would be very emotional, but it would be, yeah, very clearing and healing. Law of attraction. You've been manifesting this relationship. Everything you want will soon be yours. Oh, that's beautiful, is what I just channeled. But the other thing I want to say as well is we're already in the pre-shadow of Mercury retrograde, and Mercury retrograde comes about, I think it's around I think it's the 25th of November. But like I said, we're already in the pre-shadow. So, you know, it's, yeah, basically it's anything, you know, trying to sort out some sort of conflict, like without it getting even more confusing after the 25th of November. That could be, you know, that could cause disruptions. It really just depends which way you look at it, because you can't, you know, some things just, you know, you can't micromanage. It's like the one from yesterday. You can't micromanage things. You've got to let go of control. That came up in the wee one, the 1111 too. But it's common sense where possible. If it is just fear that's getting in the way, and you're like, right, I can either bite the bullet and do this now, because it's only going to get even more. There's going to be more delays put in your way, more complications, more confusion, more gossip, lies, rumors, because that's what happens in a Mercury retrograde. It's only going to get even more shadowy for the divine lovers. So it's like, this is definitely a message to the masculines that it's like, look, if all it is your fear, and I get it that that can be a big thing, then take that on board, because it does make things more challenging. So that's the Mercury retrograde warning. But it's time when it's time, because equally in Mercury retrograde, you can also, you know, it's a good time for going over things and tying up loose ends. So you could, you know, but it does definitely put a spanner in the works too. So Open yourself to others. This is how you create new friendships and attract a new love relationship. And then we've got open yourself to love. It is safe for you. Let your heart be seen. Don't be scared. This is so weird because it's not weird. It's just so similar to the. It's so similar to the film. It's not weird. They do it all the time, but it just always amazes me how they do that. Because I'm like, why am I watching this shit film? That's why. Right, did I shuffle any of these? Now, this has got things like third party and blah, blah, blah. Oh, look, rekindle, an old flame returns. Oh, dramatic. Yeah, and that does very much feel like the vibe that I was picking up on. It's like somebody that wasn't ready in the past is returning to reignite the flame. Oh my god. And then the song that I'll just copy and paste, I'll put that below. The song that I heard yesterday was wait a minute, was it yesterday, the day before yesterday? Was something about reigniting the flame. You complete each other in the most harmonious way. You're a perfect match. Wow, did I or did I not say at some point in this they're a perfect match when I was talking about that film? I did, because it's God speaking through me. Responsibilities, I've also picked up on that. Yeah, romance interrupted, duties come first. Yeah, so there's definitely, some of these disruptions are definitely stuff to do with things going on with like, whatever, you know what I mean? Like whatever that means. That to me, that always feels like responsibility is something to do with children, but whatever else that could mean to you. Dreams come true. Have faith, your rainbow comes shining through. That's when your dreams will all come true. If this person friend zoned you in the past, they really don't see you like that because marriage is behind it. A lack of passion in this companionship. Wedding bells are ringing. It's like, yeah, I feel with that coming out, it's like, this is somebody that's like acted like you mean fuck all to them when actually like they could have even had dreams about you being married and stuff or in past life reaching out. Expect a call or a text from your person of interest because they're falling in love. Sudden feelings that this is the one. This feels very similar to ones I channeled last year. I'm going to have a wee scroll and see if any of these are. I bet they're the exact same energy. It feels the same. Unexpected connection, opposites attract. Yeah, I feel we can just leave it there. This is like the yin yang card. Like this could have actually even. I think this is blowing this group of masculines' mind that this is real because that's what I got from the film I watched last night and the one I watched today. Like I said, it's from like a male's point of view yesterday, and the one I watched today is from a female's point of view. The one today is particularly funny because it's that definitely speaks to me because it's definitely like you can go watch it yourself. It's on Prime, but it's like oh shit, what's it called? It's called Wait With Me, and I think it might be called Wait With Me because he's like healing from a previous heartbreak. So I feel that's extremely significant for this as well, whether that is you or your person or maybe the both of you. Like, you know, because even if you've been hurt long in the past by somebody and then you decided to not be with anyone again because they hurt you that bad, it can still resonate, you know what I mean? But it's like, it's, yeah, the one today was quite funny because it's like, oh yeah, I'll just hook up with the hard mechanic, but it's like, you know, they end up falling in love. So it's something, you know, it's something like that. But it's your true love, lasting love. So I feel that's really going to speak to you as if, like, you know, you had an old flame in the past that could have seemed very casual, but actually, little did you know, it's your true love. But real feelings all becomes clear in time. You share true romantic feelings worth exploring. There's just a huge theme here of like just people being like, is this real? But like in a good way. So I'm going to leave that there, and yes, praying for all the divine lovers and to come together without any interference, because I think there's been enough of that. And oh no, they want. Oh shit! Sorry, wait a minute. I'm not going yet. I didn't pull the inner child card. Could you give us an inner child card that would help with this message? And I'm sending you 1111 energy, prayers, healing, activations, all that. And like I said, if you would like to be a part of the distance healing, make sure that you click that link before I send the healing out. And then I'll just, that's another reason why I'm not doing a live or anything tonight. I want to preserve my energy to send that healing, because I'll just send that healing out. And then I suppose I should go to sleep right after I send it, but I probably won't, but we'll see. I will. Pisces moon, I probably will. Breathe in. Practice breath work today, yeah. So I feel that's about, you know, nerves, anxiety. Like I say, it's a very emotional energy. Just practice your breath work, whatever helps you get lost, fall deep in the realm of imagination. I love it. That's my confirmation of what I'd said about in the comments of the last wee video, that I just want to get lost, and yeah, I just want to go and get lost in another wee, I'm going to get them to guide me another wee magical film. That's how I'm playing today. Speak to yourself with kindness. Become aware of how you speak to yourself. Oh my god. Notice how that totally caught my throat. Let love guide you. Choose to see the good in the world today. 33 as well. Jesus, forgiveness energy. Have I got yes, let's read it. I'll read it and then that can be it. Oh god, I think they want me to shuffle these too. Oh, of course they do. Right, okay. I mean, hello. Did you see when I shared that before that that's one of my main guides? That's hilarious. So, oh yes. Kali Ma, spiritual transformation, absolutely. Huge transformations. Very shadowy energy here as well. Yeah, divine messages coming at you. Let's see. 33. And that's very much divine masculine energy too, Apollo. Sweet success, I just cut it as well. Ocean. Avalon priestess, intuitive awakening. Oh, the cards nearly fell. The stories we tell ourselves can create the patterns by which we live in our daily lives. The words that we choose to speak over ourselves can deeply influence how we think and act. We are often unaware of how critical our self-talk can be and how often we engage in it. If you've pulled this card, it may be time to review your self-talk again. And if you need support with that, book a session, because this is what I help people with in like every single session I do practically. If you're currently in a place of negative self-talk, this practice will focus on becoming aware of the negative self-talk as it occurs. During this exercise, ask yourself, am I speaking to myself with love right now when you're reviewing your self-talk? It can be helpful to use an object such as a piece of jewellery, a physical reminder to speak to yourself kindly. An object of high value can be even more beneficial, particularly if your negative self-talk focuses on the idea of lack of personal worth. If you can, choose an item of value and importance for this exercise. You're worth it. Once you've your object, practice becoming more aware of your self-talk. At the beginning of the day, set an intention to be aware of how you speak to yourself. Throughout the day, as soon as you notice a negative thought, touch your object and remember that you're worthy and positive and hopeful of self-talk. So a crystal might be a nice thing for you to choose, but you can choose whatever you want. Whatever negative thoughts you had, speak to the opposite to yourself or out loud. Practice this as many times as you can throughout the day. If you feel that you need an extra dose of positive self-talk, think about 3 to 5 uplifting, affirming things you like about yourself. Write them down and place them somewhere you can see them easily. Say them to yourself or aloud every time you see the note. How do you feel when you speak to yourself in love and kindness? How does your inner child feel when they hear these words? Try writing down how you feel at the beginning of the week and at the end of the week. Do you notice a difference after completing this practice? Lovely. And again, that's like a little mini bucket let's go, because that's what I do. I guide you through the prompt. Connect to the eternity within. Let yourself be held by love. Or the feeling, I'm just getting a really strong I normally get this in a Cancer moon, but I'm strongly feeling it with this. I'm just getting this really strong, overwhelming feeling that there's a lot of people that need to be held by someone they love. So that's a very Pisces moon thing to say. Yeah, and you're worthy. You're worth it, oh my love. I'm going to end this note on, from this 40-year-old, only just, well, I'm not 41 till April, so, another while yet, but, that to my twin flame, you're worth it all, my love. Happy 11/11.